In the shadowed corridors of global power, a seismic decision by the United States reshaped the landscape of technological competition. The move to impose sweeping sanctions on China's semiconductor industry was more than a strategy. It was a bold proclamation of technological dominance. These sanctions, aimed at limiting China's access to advanced chip technologies, were framed as a matter of national security. U.S. officials pointed to concerns over China's expanding military capabilities and its growing influence in the cyber realm. In a defining statement, Gina Raimondo, the U.S. Secretary of Commerce, emphasized restricting China's access to critical technologies as pivotal in safeguarding U.S. national interests. The implications were profound. Semiconductors, the essential building blocks of modern technology from smartphones to AI-driven systems, became the epicenter of a global power struggle. By cutting off China's access to these advanced chips, the U.S. sought to slow the technological ascent of a major competitor. Yet, this calculated move sparked something far greater than a slowdown. It ignited a global tech race of unprecedented intensity. China's response was swift and unyielding. The sanctions inadvertently accelerated a shift in China's tech strategy, pushing the nation to prioritize self-reliance. This transition wasn't just a countermeasure. It was a call to arms in the broader struggle for technological independence. Consider this. In 2021, China imported a staggering $432 billion worth of semiconductors, a testament to its reliance on global suppliers. Fast forward to 2023, and that figure plummeted to $230 billion, a jaw-dropping $200 billion decline. This drop wasn't merely about trade. It signaled a revolutionary pivot, fueled by initiatives like Made in China 2025. Billions of dollars were funneled into domestic manufacturing, transforming companies like Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SEMIC, into key players in the global arena. A report from the Financial Times revealed that China's self-sufficiency in chip production surged, marking a pivotal shift in its technological landscape. But this raises critical questions. How will this reshape industries dependent on Western suppliers? And what does this mean for global trade networks? China's ambitions are rewriting the rulebook. Is it isolating itself from the global market, or positioning itself as a tech giant capable of rewriting the balance of power? If you thought the U.S. sanctions had permanently stunted Chinese tech innovation, think again. Take Huawei, for instance. In 2023, it unveiled the Mate 60 Pro, a smartphone powered by a domestically produced 7nm Kirin chip. This achievement shattered industry expectations, silencing skeptics who doubted China's ability to innovate under such restrictions. Huawei's resilience didn't stop there. Its 5G base stations, now built entirely with Chinese components, have become the backbone of the nation's digital infrastructure. As Dan Hutchison from Tech Insights remarked, China's technological resilience has surpassed even the boldest forecasts. These milestones are more than just technical achievements. They're declarations of independence. Consumers in China are already reaping the benefits, with lower costs for 5G-enabled devices and expanded access to cutting-edge technology. Yet these advancements pose a looming question for the rest of the world. Will this drive for self-reliance foster a new era? As global markets face mounting competition from more affordable alternatives, the implications for innovation on a global scale are profound. The rise of Chinese-made processors, such as the Lungsun series, is reshaping the technological landscape, sending shockwaves through key industries, including artificial intelligence and aerospace. Once assumed to be the exclusive domain of Western technology, these advanced fields are now being disrupted by China's rapid advancements in semiconductor manufacturing. These processors are no longer confined to niche applications. They are now embedded in cutting-edge supercomputing platforms and critical defense systems, challenging long-held assumptions about technological dominance. A Reuters report from October 2023 highlighted how Chinese firms are leveraging these domestic chips to power industrial robotics and autonomous vehicles, industries historically dominated by the United States. China's ability to produce 5nm semiconductors through companies like SMIC, Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, has further upended the status quo. This breakthrough allows China to bypass export bans while spearheading innovation in emerging areas such as quantum computing. But while these advancements symbolize significant progress for China, they raise critical questions. Are these developments making technology more accessible worldwide? Or are they intensifying the already fierce competition between tech superpowers? This competitive dynamic is creating ripple effects far beyond China. In Q3 2023, Intel reported a sharp 27% decline in revenue from Chinese markets compared to the previous year. Similarly, Texas Instruments, a key supplier of analog chips, faced a $2.3 billion shortfall attributed to reduced demand from Chinese clients. These losses are not confined to individual companies but extend to the broader tech ecosystem. As Chinese firms ramp up domestic chip production, U.S. companies are losing a vital revenue stream that once accounted for as much as 30% of their annual sales. This economic reality poses a hard question for policymakers. Are sanctions aimed at curbing China's tech ambitions backfiring on the U.S. economy? By 2023, China's share of global semiconductor manufacturing had surged from 15% in 2020 to an impressive 30%. This remarkable growth has been driven by extensive government subsidies and strategic partnerships with allied nations. According to a 2023 Wall Street Journal report, Chinese chip makers have constructed over 50 new fabrication facilities within just 2 years. This aggressive expansion not only diversifies global production, but also intensifies competition with established giants like Taiwan's TSMC and South Korea's Samsung. For consumers, this rapid development could lead to lower prices for electronic devices, as increased supply from China exerts downward pressure on global pricing. However, the broader implications extend far beyond tech gadgets. These changes are reshaping global supply chains, altering trade dynamics, and influencing economic policies worldwide. Not all nations are benefiting equally from this shift. South Korea's chip industry, heavily reliant on exports to China, has been an unexpected casualty of U.S. sanctions. Companies like Samsung and SK Hynix are grappling with reduced market access while Chinese competitors are making strides in DRAM and NAND technologies. Bloomberg reported that Samsung's Semiconductor division experienced a 12% drop in revenue in Q3 2023, and SK Hynix faced its largest profit loss since 2017. Both companies are now racing to adapt to a market where Chinese firms are becoming increasingly self-sufficient. Whether South Korea's legacy of innovation can help it reclaim its competitive edge remains an open question, or if this marks a more permanent shift in the global tech hierarchy. China's influence extends beyond hardware production. Its domestically developed chips now power data centers, telecommunications networks, and AI platforms on a national scale. Leading tech giants like Alibaba and Tencent have begun replacing imported processors with homegrown alternatives. By 2023, Nikkei Asia reported that over 60% of China's cloud computing infrastructure was running on Chinese-made chips. This transformation significantly reduces China's reliance on foreign suppliers, strengthening the resilience of its critical infrastructure. For everyday consumers, these developments are already leaving a mark. The reduced dependency on foreign technology has translated into more affordable electronics within China. Additionally, this push for self-reliance bolsters China's standing as a global tech leader, potentially redefining how nations approach technological sovereignty and economic partnerships. As China continues to forge its path, the global tech ecosystem stands at a crossroads. Will these advancements usher in a new era of collaboration, or will they deepen the divide between tech superpowers? Only time will reveal the full impact of China's rise on innovation and global accessibility. But one thing is clear. The rules of the game are changing, and the world must adapt to this new reality. The landscape of China's semiconductor industry is transforming rapidly, showcasing a blend of resilience and innovation. Domestic chip-powered devices are now becoming more prevalent, signaling increased self-reliance. Meanwhile, global markets are feeling the tremors, with potential shortages and price hikes rippling through regions heavily dependent on imports from China. But can this rapid progress sustain itself without compromising quality or stability? At the forefront of this shift are companies like SMIC and Yangtze Memory Technologies, YMTC, redefining the global semiconductor market. SMIC's capability to manufacture advanced nodes, such as 7-nanometer chips, directly responds to U.S. export controls. On the other hand, YMTC's groundbreaking 232-layer NAND flash memory is setting new standards in consumer electronics. According to The Economist, these companies are not merely catching up. They are leapfrogging ahead, creating benchmarks in performance and efficiency. Their rise is challenging long-established players like Intel and TSMC, tilting the balance of global influence. The U.S., intending to curb China's technological advancement through sanctions, may have underestimated its rival. Instead of throttling progress, these restrictions have driven unprecedented investment in research and development. In 2023 alone, China poured over $2 billion into semiconductor innovation, fostering a survival mindset among tech firms. This intense focus on self-reliance has pushed innovation beyond expectations, raising the critical question: have U.S. policies inadvertently fueled the very competition they sought to suppress? China's massive influence is the world's largest chip purchaser, accounting for 38% of global demand in 2023, amplifies its bargaining power. Global suppliers, including ASML and Applied Materials, now walk a tightrope, balancing compliance with U.S. policies against the economic risks of losing access to the Chinese market. How will these dynamics evolve if China begins leveraging its purchasing power to rewrite the rules of global trade? YMTC's achievement in producing 232-layer NAND flash memory represents a turning point. This innovation positions China as a leader in high-capacity storage solutions, critical for data-driven industries. With competitors like Micron and Western Digital lagging behind, the epicenter of memory technology innovation could potentially shift from Silicon Valley to Shenzhen. This shift would not only alter industry benchmarks, but also reshape the competitive landscape. Securing technological independence has given China a significant geopolitical edge by reducing its vulnerability to external sanctions. The nation strengthens its position in international negotiations. Chris Miller, author of Chip War, describes China's progress in semiconductors as a game-changer. Could this signify a new era where technological power reshapes global alliances and economic strategies? And what challenges lie ahead for both China and the U.S. as this technological arms race intensifies? Despite its achievements, questions remain about the sustainability of China's semiconductor independence. The U.S.-China chip conflict serves as a stark reminder of the unintended consequences of weaponizing technology. While sanctions aim to stifle China's progress, they inadvertently catalyzed innovation, accelerating global fragmentation in the tech landscape. This polarization carries risks for all stakeholders. Over-reliance on technological dominance exposes nations to vulnerabilities, as the competitive push towards supremacy often overlooks long-term stability. The key question remains: can nations balance competition with collaboration in the digital age? As this semiconductor race continues, multilateral cooperation in innovation and trade policies might become essential to avoid further fragmentation. International tech alliances could stabilize markets and foster shared growth. However, the success of such efforts depends on whether global powers can overcome competitive dynamics and embrace a cooperative future. China's ascent from the ashes of sanctions as a formidable tech powerhouse has permanently reshaped the global semiconductor landscape. The world watches closely as this unfolding saga of rivalry, resilience, and innovation rewrites the rules of geopolitics and technology. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like and subscribe to our channel. Check out the next video on your screen for more insights.